Hey everybody, it's Joseph, JohnTheHutDweller. I didn't think I'd have time to make videos. Turns out I cannot sleep. Got a lot of grave problems that are going on. Certain people in my family with medical issues, so it's almost easier to be on the internet talking to a screen right now. Strangely, it might be making more videos. And I know I respond to everything, and I know that's a bad thing. That anybody's comments or questions I respond to with videos. But there was one thing that was so atrocious. A couple things actually. Somebody on my video, monotheism is fascist? Question mark. He's in the video. I talk about my priest being a Coptic. Coptic? You were never a Muslim. This is Coptic. It is. Well, first of all, Coptic just means Egyptian. Muslims in Egypt are Coptic. They're Copts. It just means Egyptian. That's all Coptic means. Most of the time when you hear Coptic, it's usually referred to the Oriental Orthodox. But also the Eastern Orthodox are Coptic, and then again, Oriental and Eastern are the same word. This is a charge leveled against Wafa Sultan, Ayin Hirsi Ali, and many others. You were never Muslim. Well, according to Islam, everyone was Muslim. That's why they don't call people converts. They are reverts, because children are born monotheistic. This is why it is against Islam to kill children. Now we know Prophet Muhammad and his followers did kill children. Hypocrites. But there is a shield up against in Islam, and I was part of this at one point. I said, well, Islam wasn't spread by this. You don't know. You know, telling everybody else they did know. And in the back of my mind, I'd think, wait, Constantinople, well, they had to, and I'd make excuses for myself. I'd never tell anybody about this, but sometimes I'd go and ask, well, what about this and that? And I'd kind of be shocked by some of the people from Pakistan who would laugh and say, oh, the Byzantine. There was a quote, I think it was by Khalid bin Walid, who said the Byzantine's blood is so sweet or something like that. There was a comment left on just recently saw a video Wafa Sultan refuted or whatever, and the guy actually didn't refute Wafa Sultan, but in the comment section, this is the it said the Jews were in Egypt for 400 years under slavery. The blacks were enslaved in America for 400 years. The Jews were enslaved in Europe for 200 years, or for 10 years. For 1400 years, Islam has never enslaved anybody. This is just a flat-out, bald-faced lie. Janissaries, that they would capture Christian children and force them into their armies and force them to convert to Islam. Islam built up. Yeah, the black Africans had slaves, but the actual slave trade was built by the Muslims, the North African Muslims, and the only way, I mean, Christianity in the Middle Ages into the Renaissance had stopped slavery altogether. It wasn't there. The Muslims brought it into Spain and Portugal, and Spain and Portugal exported it to the world. The transatlantic slave trade is the fruit of Islam. Islam still believes in slavery. You can go into the Quran and see that it's forever. There can be slaves. There were many slaves. Islam is built on slavery. in the dimitude. I mean, if you're going to say that the Jews were enslaved in Europe, if you're broadening the term of slavery, so we say, oh, slave labor and things like this, yeah, the Christians and the Jews and the Zoroastrians, luckily, the Christians and Jews were enslaved, because you know what happened to any polytheists? They were killed. The Christians and Jews were disbelievers, not non-believers, unbelievers. Two different words, very strange things. Um, but this is what we have to deal with when dealing with Muslims and Mormons. People who know they are telling you a lie, and they're good, nice-hearted people, and they believe the lie, except they know it to be a lie, and they know they're lying to you, and they get upset when you expose the truth. Now, in my next video, I will go into this, of how this happens, because I have done it, and I know this, where the people are coming from their psychology, and why they get so angry. So I'll address that in the next video.